Ms. Schakowsky, 3 minutes opening statement, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. At this very moment, oil is gushing from the Deepwater Horizon blowout at a rate between, we learned, 35,000 and 60,000 barrels a day, killing animals, destroying fragile wetlands, and wiping out entire populations of fish, and along with it, the jobs of hundreds of thousands of people. Most upsetting about this travesty is that it could have been avoided. As the ongoing investigation by this committee has already discovered, BP executives created an atmosphere where safety concerns were ignored in order to ensure that the company's already staggering profits this year, approximately $93 million a day in the first quarter, continued unabated. This appalling disregard for the Gulf Coast and its inhabitants is without question one of the most shameful acts by a corporation in American history. Sadly, the Deepwater Horizon spill is just the most significant example of BP's disregard for the environment and the well-being of its workers. A report published by the Center for Public Integrity found that between June 2007 and February 2010, BP received a total of 862 citations from the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Of those, a staggering 760 were classified as being egregious and willful, compared with 8 at the 2 oil companies tied for second place. Inexcusably, this pattern of behavior continued in the spill's aftermath. I hold in my hand a document called Voluntary Waiver of Release that BP made unemployed fishermen sign before they could be hired for spill cleanup. The waiver states, I hereby agree on behalf of myself and my representatives to hold harmless and indemnify and to release, waive, and forever discharge the BP Exploration Production, Inc., from all claims and damages that I or my representatives may have with regard to my participation in the spill response activities. I know that you said this was an early misstep and that this was just a standard document, but this was the first response that you had to people that were hired. And outrage does not begin to express my feeling. These are people who are unemployed because of the recklessness of BP, forced to take jobs cleaning up BP's mess in order to survive. Yet to qualify for those jobs, they had to hold BP harmless for any further damages that they may suffer in BP's employ. This from a company that made $93 million a day. Fortunately, a court trumped your fancy lawyers who wrote this document, but still it begs the question, how could you do that? I'm glad that you're here, Mr. Hayward. I expect you to explain why your company has operated in such a wholly unacceptable manner. In the final analysis, the simple fact remains that if BP had thought more about the residents, as these widows said, and the workers, as these widows said, rather than the already exorbitant profits of its shareholders, we would not be here today. I yield back.